Nearly 94% of drivers will pay a mechanic for problems they could fix themselves in less than 5 minutes. Some of these tricks can save you hundreds of dollars a year. Others can extend the lifespan of your car by years. And the truth is, most repair shops would rather you never find out about this. Today, you're going to see 12 car tricks that sound fake, but actually work. Let's start with number 12. Trick number 12. Salt water on frozen glass. Take a look at your windshield on a freezing morning. The first instinct most drivers have is to pour hot water on it, which can crack the glass instantly, or to scrape for 10 minutes with a plastic card. There's a method that almost nobody uses, and it costs you nothing. Mix 1 part regular table salt with 3 parts lukewarm water in a spray bottle. Apply it directly to the frozen surface in short bursts. The salt lowers the freezing point of water, so the ice begins to melt within seconds. After about 30 seconds, a single pass with your wiper or a soft cloth clears everything. Commercial de-icer sprays in the US can easily run from $15 to $30, and many leave a sticky residue that attracts dirt. Table salt costs cents per use. That's not chemistry, that's markup. Now, let's move from outside the car to one of the most ignored components under the hood. Trick number 11. White vinegar on battery terminals. That bluish white powder you sometimes see around your battery terminals isn't just dirt. It's corrosion, and it slowly cuts your voltage, making your engine harder to start and your headlights dimmer. Most shops charge between $40 and $80 just to clean it. Here's how to do it yourself in less than 10 minutes. First, disconnect the negative terminal, always the black one first. Pour a small amount of white vinegar directly on the corrosion. You'll see it start to fizz. Sprinkle a little baking soda on top to neutralize the acid completely. Scrub gently with an old toothbrush and rinse with clean water. Dry everything thoroughly with a cloth. The final step is what almost nobody does. Apply a thin layer of petroleum jelly on each terminal before reconnecting. This creates a protective seal that prevents corrosion from coming back for months. Battery cleaning services charge $40 to $80. A bottle of white vinegar costs about $1. Next, something you can hear in your car before you ever see it. Trick number 10. WD-40 on hinges and parking brake. Squeaky doors, sticky locks, and a parking brake that won't release in cold weather. Most people just live with these problems, or they pay a dealership $50 to $150 to lubricate moving components. That's the actual term they put on the invoice. The fix is straightforward. Open each door fully and locate the metal hinges. Apply a single short spray of WD-40 to each pivot point. Open and close the door a few times to work the lubricant in. Wipe off any excess with a clean cloth. Leaving residue attracts dust and makes it worse over time. For the parking brake, the principle is the same. With the car safely on level ground, locate the brake cable underneath the vehicle and spray the exposed metal section. Pull and release the brake handle a few times. 1 can of WD-40 costs around $6 and lasts more than a year of regular maintenance. Now let's move from the hinges to something most drivers never check until it fails. Trick number 9. Resetting the tire pressure sensor yourself. When the tire pressure light comes on, even after you've already inflated the tires correctly, most drivers head straight to the dealership. The diagnostic alone usually costs between $30 and $80, but in nearly all modern vehicles, the system can be reset manually in under a minute. Here's how. With the engine off, insert the key and turn it to the on position, but don't start the car. Locate the TPMS reset button, usually under the steering wheel, near the dashboard, or inside the glove box, depending on the model. Press and hold the button until the warning light blinks 3 times, then release. Start the engine. Drive at a steady speed of about 25 miles per hour for around 10 minutes. The system completes its recalibration and the warning light turns off automatically. In some vehicles without a physical button, the entire reset happens just by driving at speed for that 10-minute window. Check your owner's manual to confirm which version applies to you. A dealership diagnostic for this exact issue is $30 to $80. Doing it yourself costs nothing and takes less time than parking the car. Before we get into the next ones, the tricks that can actually save you the most money long term, stay with me, because what's coming next is where things start getting really surprising. Trick number 8. Baking soda paste against hard water stains. Those white spots on your windshield that no amount of wiper fluid can remove aren't dirt. They're mineral deposits, calcium and magnesium left behind when hard water evaporates on the glass. Some drivers eventually give up and replace the entire windshield, which can cost $300 or more, purely for cosmetic reasons. There's a much simpler way. In a small bowl, mix 3 tablespoons of baking soda with enough white vinegar to form a thick paste. You'll see a light foaming reaction. That's exactly what does the work. Apply the paste to the affected area with a damp microfiber cloth using small circular motions. Let it sit for about 2 minutes, then rinse with clean water. The mineral deposits dissolve through chemical reaction, not aggressive scrubbing, which means there's no risk of scratching the glass or damaging any coatings. A windshield replacement runs $300 or more. A box of baking soda and a bottle of vinegar together cost less than $4. Trick number 7. Bar soap against window fog. Foggy windows aren't just an annoyance, they're a real safety issue, especially in cold weather or sudden rain. Most people crank up the defroster and wait 2 minutes. Others spend $10 to $20 on anti-fog sprays that wear off in about a week. There's a method used by professional drivers and detailers that lasts for months. Take a regular bar of dry soap, any brand, any color, and rub it directly on the inside of the windshield and side windows. You'll see a faint cloudy film appear. Don't worry about it. Now take a clean, dry microfiber cloth and polish the surface in circular motions until the glass looks completely clear again. What you've done is leave behind a microscopic layer of soap that prevents water vapor from condensing into visible droplets. The effect lasts anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks depending on humidity. Reapply when you notice fogging coming back. Anti-fog sprays cost $10 to $20 and last days. A bar of soap costs around $1 and lasts months. Trick number 6. Cleaning the throttle body yourself. Rough idle, hesitation on acceleration, RPM fluctuating at red lights. These are classic symptoms of a dirty throttle body. The fuel and air mixture passes through this component constantly, and carbon residue builds up on the walls over time, restricting airflow. Shops call this service fuel system cleaning and charge anywhere from $150 to $300. You can do it yourself in about 20 minutes. Locate the throttle body. It's the metal housing right after the air filter connected to the intake manifold. Disconnect the air intake hose. With the engine off, spray throttle body cleaner directly onto the inner walls. Use a soft brush or clean cloth to wipe away the loosened carbon. Reconnect the hose, start the engine, and let it idle for 2 minutes. Here's the critical detail almost nobody mentions. Never use carburetor cleaner or brake cleaner on a modern throttle body. Many of them have a thin protective coating that gets stripped by harsh solvents. And once that coating is gone, you'll have permanent idle issues. Use only a product labeled specifically as throttle body cleaner. A shop visit runs $150 to $300. A can of the right cleaner costs about $8. Trick number 5. Cat litter in a sock against cabin moisture. Mysterious fogging that comes back the moment the AC turns off. A musty smell that seems to come from nowhere. Slight dampness on the carpet near the pedals. These are all signs of trapped humidity inside the cabin, and most shops respond with full carpet drying services that easily reach $200 or more. The solution costs less than $5 and works passively, day and night. Take an old sock, clean, no holes, and fill it about 3/4 full with silica-based cat litter, the kind used for absorbing odor in litter boxes. Tie the open end tightly with a knot. Place the sock under the driver's or passenger's seat. The silica crystals naturally pull moisture from the air over the course of weeks. Replace the litter every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on your climate. You can also leave one in the trunk and another in the glove box for full coverage during winter or rainy seasons. Professional interior drying services cost $200 or more. A bag of silica cat litter is around $5. Trick number 4. Baby powder against ice adhesion. If you live somewhere with hard winters, you already know the morning ritual. Wake up early, go outside, spend 10 minutes scraping ice off the windshield before you can even leave. There's a way to make sure the ice barely sticks at all. The night before a frost, when the windshield is completely dry, sprinkle a light layer of regular baby powder, the kind used for skin, and spread it evenly with a soft dry cloth. The talc fills the microscopic pores in the glass surface. Water that lands on top has nothing to bond to, so when temperatures drop, the ice forms a loose layer instead of sticking to the glass. In the morning, a single pass with the wiper or a soft brush clears everything in seconds. This works for one cold night per application. For continuous protection through a full winter week, a vinegar and water mix sprayed each evening achieves a similar effect. Trick number 3. Resetting the engine computer. Your fuel consumption has slowly climbed over the last year. The car hesitates a little more on cold starts. Performance feels just slightly off, nothing dramatic, but enough that you notice. Most drivers head to the dealership for a computer scan, which costs between $80 and $150 and often ends with the technician saying everything looks fine. In many cases, the actual issue is the engine control unit, the ECU, running on outdated adaptive memory. Over time, your car's computer adjusts to small inefficiencies, a slightly clogged filter, a dirty sensor, a battery that occasionally drops voltage. Even after you fix the underlying problem, the ECU keeps using the old compensations. The reset is simple. Open the hood and locate the negative terminal of the battery, the one marked with a minus sign. Loosen the bolt and lift the cable off. Wait at least 15 minutes. This allows residual power in the system to fully discharge. Reconnect the terminal, tighten the bolt, and start the engine. Let it idle for about 10 minutes without touching the accelerator. The ECU is now relearning from a clean baseline. Over the next 2 or 3 drives, you may notice smoother idle, better throttle response, and slightly improved fuel economy. A dealership diagnostic is $80 to $150. A wrench costs nothing, and you probably already own one. Trick number 2. Cleaning the mass airflow sensor. Loss of power on acceleration, the engine feeling like it's choking under load, fuel economy dropping noticeably. These are classic symptoms of a dirty mass airflow sensor, often called the MAF. When this sensor fails, the standard fix at a shop is full replacement, which runs anywhere from $200 to $400. But in most cases, the sensor isn't broken. It's just covered in a thin layer of oil and dust that throws off its readings. Here's how to clean it. Locate the MAF. It sits between the air filter housing and the throttle body, connected by a small electrical plug. Disconnect the plug and gently slide the sensor out. Now the critical part. The MAF has an extremely delicate hot wire inside. You can sometimes see it through the housing. This wire cannot be touched, brushed, or cleaned with any random product. Spray only a cleaner specifically labeled Mass Airflow Sensor Cleaner. Never carb cleaner, never brake cleaner, never throttle body cleaner, never throttle body cleaner. Those will damage the sensor permanently in seconds. Hold the sensor at an angle and apply 3 to 5 short bursts of cleaner across the wire. Let it air dry completely for at least 1 minute. Slide it back into place and reconnect the plug. MAF replacement at a shop is $200 to $400. The correct cleaner is about $12 and lasts for multiple cleanings. Trick number 1. The right kind of fuel additive, and why most people use the wrong one. Over the years, carbon deposits build up inside your fuel injectors, on intake valves, and on combustion chamber surfaces. The effect is gradual. You barely notice month to month, but after a few years, your engine is running less efficiently, your fuel economy drops, and acceleration feels lazy. Shops offer ultrasonic injector cleaning services for $300 to $600. Most drivers, trying to avoid that cost, throw any generic fuel additive in the tank and hope for the best. The problem is that the vast majority of these products use a chemical called PIB, polyisobutylene, which barely does anything for modern fuel injectors. The compound that actually dissolves carbon deposits is called PEA, polyetheramine. It's the only additive ingredient consistently proven in independent testing to clean injectors, valves, and combustion chambers effectively. 2 brand-name products are widely recognized for using high concentrations of PA: Chevron Techron and Redline SI1. Look at the label. If you don't see PA listed in the active ingredients, the product is largely cosmetic. Use it correctly, add 1 full bottle to a nearly empty tank, then fill up completely. Drive that tank down to about a quarter, ideally including at least 60 to 90 miles of highway driving. Do this once or twice a year. Professional injector cleaning costs $300 to $600. A bottle of the right additive costs around $10. 12 tricks. If you bought every product mentioned in this video, your total cost would be around $50. What a mechanic or dealership would charge to fix the same problems. Easily $1,500 to $2,000 a year. Now you know what they don't want you to.